There are always potential risks in a construction site. Though the risks are different from one site to another, they always exist around us and sometimes develop into major accidents. It means that 30 people were injured and 2 were dead every day. And in terms of money, we lost 2.3 trillion won a year. With that money, we could have built as much as 42 Olympic bridges. However, serious the accidents might have been, we could have prevented them if we would have paid a little more attention. Let's have a look at the accidents that really happened during this year.
It took place on May 6th at a construction site of a high-rise building in Seoul. The building is designed to be a 19-story high with 6-story underground, and there has not occurred any accidents at all. Okay, check your safety helmet. Mr. Kim, fix your helmet. Looks nice, doesn't it? Fix your chin straps. The safety helmet is nothing but a protective device, and it doesn't mean everything. Please pay your attention to the safety regulations all the times. Repeat after me. My safety helmet is my life helmet. My safety belt is my life belt. My observance of safety regulations keeps my workplace and my home safe. Now, let's make it accident-free today. All right, let's go. Mr. Kim was assigned to do a welding on a steel frame at the 8th floor. He worked so hard, and soon he began to sweat on the forehead in a hot summer day. It's 12 o'clock. It's lunchtime already. Mr. Kim, let's go down for lunch. Already? What do you mean already? It's noon. We work for a living, and we can't work without eating. Huh? All right. I will be with you right after I clean it up. Come on, hurry up.
Mr. Kim was taken to a hospital in a hurry, but he was dead on arrival without leaving even a word.
He had a wife and young children, and no one knew it would be the last goodbye in the morning.
The accident could have been prevented. Let's have a look at the picture of the accident. It's 47.5 meters high from the 3rd floor underground to the 8th floor. And the safety nets were installed at the 6th floor and the 1st floor underground. But the safety net at the 1st floor underground was taken down due to the work procedure. In addition, the safety net was not installed in the core part of the middle section of the building. It is stipulated in the regulations that a safety net has to be installed every 10 meters of height, all around the building without any opening, and the safety net has to be manufactured with enough tension force. If a safety net had been installed at the site, it could have saved the life of a man of 35 years old. I will show you another example that happened in Busan.
It was a large apartment construction site. It was about 8 o'clock in the morning on the 4th of June. Mr. Che, a carpenter, already began to work with his co-workers. He had began his day on the 16th floor to do his work. Wow! Could I live in an apartment like this? What a high-rise apartment this is! We're already on the 15th floor. Who on earth could live in this apartment? That's what I'm saying. There is a man who builds an apartment and another one who lives in it. Let's start to work on the embankment over there. All right. Mr. Che, a carpenter, and co-workers were assigned to assemble a form that was pulled up by a crane. The form weighing 2.92 tons apiece, and it was a job of high risk. When to pull up a form like a sliding form, a tower crane has to be mobilized. An anchor bolt is fixed at the base of the form with 2 points secured for the pulling up. Because the tower crane was mobilized for another project on that day, they used the tripod chain blocks only to fix the anchor bolt. But this was an unsafe position to effectively support the heavy form.
And so he died. As you've seen, the accidents always occur when you do not observe the safety standard. However simple a safety standard may be, a major accident could occur if it is not observed at all. It's no use regretting over what has happened already. It's too late. We can see safety first in green colors on the working clothes, and also many safety slogans and posters in and around a construction site. In spite of this, we are still far behind the advanced countries in terms of safety consciousness. In terms of accident statistics, we are about as much twice higher than Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Singapore. But fortunately, we can see a construction site where the accident-free movement is being practiced well. This is a construction site for an apartment. What is outstanding here at this site is that even an accident has not occurred until 70% of the project is completed. Here we can see a guardrail of 90 centimeters height, and also at the bottom of the guardrail we can see a toe board of 10 centimeters in height. Our working platform has to be entirely covered and fixed to a supporter. When the upper part of a ladder is not fixed or a ladder is made of poor materials, it slips away and it is likely to cause an accident. Therefore, you have to attach a slip-proof device, fix firmly the upper part of the ladder, and take a measure to prohibit the use of the ladder in poor quality. This opening could cause an accident at any moment. Because of that, it should be equipped with a solid cover like this one. Also, for this big opening, it's safer to install a safety net along with guardrails. Wouldn't it be much safer with these safety precautions? If a guardrail is installed on the gabled roof, it could prevent workers from sliding down from the roof. In addition to these safety measures, let's take a look at what kind of safety measures we could use.
A safety helmet must be put on at the entrance of a work site, and the chin strap must be fastened tightly. Passages of the work site must be designed to be safe and efficient for work. Always keep your working area cleaned up. A lift is a convenient tool to transport man and cargo, but it also causes many accidents. A vertical safety net has to be installed around a lift to prevent accidents. A door at the entrance for the lift must be set up at each floor. Always keep elevator entrances closed and put a solid cover on the opening. When a working platform is set up in the wrong way, it may cause an accident. Be sure to set it up with proper guardrails to cover the bed of working platform entirely and to keep it stand still while working. A safety net must be installed at every 10 meters of height. In order to assemble or disassemble a sliding form, be sure to install a rope and to hook up a safety belt on the rope for safe working. Do not let anyone in the work site when a backhoe is working. Be sure to assign a signaler for safety and to follow the instruction of the site manager. Do not throw off waste from construction materials like bricks, timers, etc., but dispose of them at the temporary dust chute. Be sure that the electric appliances and machines like submersible motors must be grounded. Also be sure that a ground fault circuit interrupter must be installed at the panel board panel and to check whether it works properly. Be sure the angle of digging has to be set up to protect a landslide and the guardrail has to be installed on the digging area. Be sure that a form and a pipe support has to be set up in compliance with the drawing. Also be sure that the pipe support has to be set up to maintain the weight of concrete loading.
I was reminded of a saying, no danger comes through a thorough precaution and no accident comes through a thorough preparation. Based upon the examples you have seen, safety can never be accomplished by slogan or verbal commitment only, but it can be achieved when it is actually put into practice. It means that a worker himself practices the safety, and this is truly the shortcut to the safety. Bear in mind that a worker himself and his family is the victim, other than the society or the country, by an accident caused by whatever reason it may be. Therefore, am I not the first one who conducts the safety right now? Next, let's talk about a team leader who lost everything at once just through one accident.
It was a construction site for a bridge that was rather regarded as a difficult task. The project was to build a 1-kilometer-long bridge linking between Yongsan and Kupo area. The bridge is of 4-lane wide, and then it was almost completed since they started the construction in November 1991. Well, everyone, we are going to lay a steel box girder bridge between the 8th and 9th pier. Don't be careless of the safety simply because we do it every day. Be sure not to miss any of the protective equipment for yourself. Captain, the crane is ready. All right, let's go. The steel box girder bridge was over 50 tons of weight, and it was not an easy task to lay that heavy bridge on the pier. Two mobile cranes of 80-ton and 100-ton capacity each, and more than 10 workers were ready at 7 o'clock early in the morning. They started to work, and it was just over 11 o'clock when they were ready to tie the 50-ton bridge to the wire rope for pulling up. The safe work process is that the steel box girder bridge has to be elevated 1 meter high above the ground, and then the safety blocks have to be mounted under the steel box girder bridge. But unfortunately, while the steel box girder bridge was being lifted by a mobile crane, Mr. Lee was working under the 50-ton bridge without having mounted the safety blocks.
Mr. Lee, a career construction engineer and the team leader for the site, passed away. It was the wire rope that caused this accident. The wire rope began to tear off when the crane was pulling up the 50-ton steel box girder bridge. As a result, Mr. Lee lost his life. It's much likely that a situation without expectation happens at construction sites. This quite often leads to the death of a man. Now, today, let's have a look at how to tie this wire rope. First of all, you have to use a clip to tie a wire rope. It is very important to practice on this occasion how to tie a wire rope. First of all, never forget to use a clip to tie a wire rope. You have seen the real cases of major accidents and also the reference site of construction. How do you think? I am convinced that all of you have realized how important the safety regulation is. Even a single safety regulation may put someone to death, but he does not follow it. The death of 3 people that you saw also took away the happiness and the future of the families who are left behind.
What they paid for the carelessness of a moment was too great. They lost everything that they had kept for life. They lost their lives, and, what is worse, they left with their families deep sorrows and pains that last for a long time. No one can remove the sorrows from their families. There is no shortcut to safety.
Respect the principle of safety without ignoring even a simple or minor regulation. The shortcut to safety is to put into practice by myself right now.